Welcome to this week's edition of Deep Dive. I'm Britt Hemphill, Children and Family Ministries Pastor here at DCC. And we're excited to be able to say that we are bringing kids back on Sunday mornings. And on our Deep Dive, we're going to actually take you through and show you what we're doing right now to serve kids. So Jennifer Frymyer is going to do a tour of our facilities, show you how we're setting up to serve our kids. And she's going to talk to Jessica Hulen about our curriculum, the GO curriculum, that we're excited to be using both at the building and online to serve our families. So I hope you enjoy seeing what we're doing right now to take care of our DCC kids.
Hello, this is Jennifer Frymyer and welcome to Deep Dive. Today I'm here in our auditorium lobby and we are going to talk about Sunday school and what it's going to look like for our kids in the midst of reconstruction and a pandemic. And so as you can see behind me, this is our reconstruction that is currently going on as we expand our foyer area and as we refurbish our toddler and nursery rooms. I'm going to lead over to our check-in station to talk about how the parents are going to check their kids in before service starts. This is going to be our check-in station. So parents, this is a little different than what we did before, but when you come into the sanctuary before church starts, we ask that you come in and sign your child in to let us know that they're going to be joining us for Sunday school. And we have sign-in sheets available. If you're a regular attender, your name and your child's name will already be on the sheet. If you're new to us, we ask that you fill out that information so that we will have it. There is also a station for the children to sanitize their hands before they go in, and there are masks available, so if your child does not have a mask when they come, if they are age 5 and older, they need to wear a mask during our service and during Sunday school. Younger children do not have to wear a mask at this time, and so this is where they're going to be checking in. Next, I want to show you the area where the nursery and the toddler room is going to be temporarily. So if you have children that are below the age of 3, that is where they will go. So let's head there next. So here we are in our makeshift nursery toddler room until our construction zone is finished. This is for parents and families to stay with their kids who are age 0 to 3. As you can see, we have a screen set up so that you can still continue to worship and hear the sermon each week. And so this will be temporary until our new renovated space is finished. And next, we're going to head over to our pre-K and K classroom where they will be having Sunday school each week. Let's go check it out. So here we are in our pre-K kindergarten classroom. For parents that have children that are pre-K and kindergarten age, your children will be dismissed with the older children, and all of them will go to the lobby together, and they will be led all the way to the chapel, and they will go through the video portion of the GO curriculum to learn the songs and the lessons all together with the grade 1 through 5 children. And then the leaders and the helpers will bring their children back over here, and this is where they will have their small group time together. And so as you can see, they have a lot of fun toys to play with over here, and this will be their chance to just get their own special time with kids their own age. And now, let's head over to the chapel. So this is our chapel, and this is where our grade 1 through 5 children will be coming for Sunday school each week. This will also be the pickup zone where parents can come and pick up their children after church. There will be helpers and teachers here to greet you, and they will go in and bring your child out to you. And so now we'll go into the chapel and we'll check out what the kids will be doing each week in Sunday school. When our kids enter the chapel, the first thing they'll come to is our little station to get a face mask if they don't already have one on. And they'll have the opportunity to stop and sanitize their hands before we go into the chapel, and the kids will select a carpet square to sit on. Next, our kids will come in and have a seat. And they will be able to sit if they are siblings or if they are friends that meet together regularly. It is okay for them to sit next to each other, but we do have these carpet squares social distanced. And so then we will have a little time for the children and the teachers to introduce each other if they don't know one another. And then we will go into our GO video curriculum that takes them through a song and a lesson. And that will be led by the leader each week. After that, the kids will be broken up into groups Grades 1 and 2 will be in one group, and grades 3 through 5 will be in another group, and they will each have their own leader and helpers. And then we'll go into a little bit about what that's going to look like next. This is where our grades 1 and 2 children will break into small groups with their leader. And so they'll be seated at the table, and they will get a little more in depth into their lessons with the teacher. They'll have a chance to ask questions and answer questions, do prayer request time, and just spend that normal time that they would with their teacher, a little bit more intimate setting. They will also have some snack time if there's time for that. And a lot of the teachers will do a craft, or they might do some kind of an activity with them. So we wanted to let you know that for purposes of snacks and for crafts, everything will be individualized so that each child will get their own snack and their own craft bag. And so there won't be any sharing like we normally did before, just for COVID precautions. We're trying to keep that all individualized. So we've already prepped that ahead of time, and the teachers will be handing those things out during their lesson time. And so this is where grades 1 to 2 will be. And now let me take you over to where our grades 3 through 5 will be. And so this is going to be the area where our grade 3 through 5 children will come and break out with their small group leaders and helpers. And as you can see, this past week, we did a game with our memory verse and playing tic-tac-toe. Here we are back at the pickup zone. This is where grades 1 through 5 parents will come to pick up their kids. Children that are pre-K through kindergarten, they will be picked up in their classroom. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this has given parents and grandparents a good idea of what to expect if they would like to bring their kids back to DCC. We sure have missed them. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day.
Okay, so I am here today with Jessica Hulen. She is a member of our Children's and Family Ministries team, and she's also the leader for our pre-K kindergarten class. And Jessica, how long have you been teaching with our Sunday school program?
Well, I think I've probably been part of our Sunday school team at least 3 years now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. And so, Jessica she introduced us actually to the Go curriculum that we started using during our time of quarantine. And so Jessica has graciously agreed to come today to just kind of tell us what drew her originally to that curriculum and tell us a little about it, because this is the curriculum that our kids are using right now as we're reopening Sunday school. It's been the one that we've used online for the kids, but we're also using it in the classroom setting. So we wanted to take this opportunity, if you haven't looked at the program yet online, and if you're considering bringing your kids back in person, this is the curriculum we're going to use. So Jessica, maybe you could tell us, when did you first get introduced to the curriculum and what drew you to it?
I had the opportunity to attend a seminar with David Rausch, who is the creator of the Go curriculum at Northwest MinCon in Bellevue a couple of years ago. And one of the things that I really loved about the Go curriculum was that it was really, I had never experienced this with another curriculum before, but it was really focused on engaging the kids with the curriculum instead of presenting the curriculum to them. And by curriculum, I really mean the gospel and presenting the Bible lesson. In the past, the curriculums that I had used when as a teacher, the lesson was like, okay, here's what you teach the kids. And with the Go curriculum, it was like, here's how you engage your kids with the curriculum. Here's how you get them involved with learning the curriculum. And as a teacher, I really, really love that. I felt like, oh, yes, this is the key. And so I loved that. And so one of the other things I really loved during that seminar was that there were some other teachers that had been using it already, and they were head over heels in love with it. And I think if you have other people that have already used it and are having really great success, that's exciting. So those are two really, really good things. I love that it's chronological. So it's going to take our kids through the Bible. It's going to allow them to see themselves as a part of God's bigger picture every year. So chronological through the Bible every year. It's gospel centered. So frequently they're going to have an opportunity to hear the good news of Jesus and respond if they feel led to make a decision of faith. So that was really important. And finally, I think that it's God-centered. So God is at the center of all of their lessons. And I just think this is really, really an important piece of the curriculum that I really loved. So all of those pieces together really drew me.
Okay. And so I'm going to ask just a couple questions. What would families do that are choosing to stay home and be online, and what the kids do that come in person? Are those the same? Will they be doing the same lesson each week, or is there a difference?
Yeah, when I learned about Go, I didn't know that it had I don't think they even had an online piece then, but because of COVID, they've adjusted and launched on Go Plus, and Go Plus it is online. And so one of the really great things about us adopting this curriculum is whether or not you choose to worship with us in person or you worship at home, we're going to be doing the same lessons. So you can watch the lesson online. There's a worship piece so that you can worship through scripture with your kids. And then there's the lesson, which you'll be reading a Bible passage, the same Bible passage that we'll teach your kids in chapel on Sunday mornings. And there's a memory verse, which is the same memory verse that we'll be learning and practicing in chapel with your kids during children's church. The big difference between whether you're worshiping live with us on Sunday morning or if you choose to stay home is that, in the classroom, we'll be doing those engaging pieces where we're practicing memory verses through different, games or activities that we can't reproduce for you at home. But there are pieces that are available to you online as a family that you can do at home to help engage your kids. And those are all available on our church website.
Okay. And I'm going to take a minute, Jessica, to share my screen, and I'm going to pull up the website real quick so that people can see where that is. So let me do that really quickly. Okay, so this is if you go to our website, which is dcchurch.org, and under the About tab, you will see Children and Families. And if you click on DCC Kids Online, you're going to be on the screen that I am on right now. And this has the weekly Go Plus resource. And so I'm going to click on the video lesson. This is the video lesson that the kids will watch in person, and it's the same video you can watch online. That are Nick and Jeremy are the two guys that you see on the screen, and they do a lot of the videos for Go Plus, and they're funny and engaging, and they have us go through. We stop and pause and read the Bible story, and then they usually talk a little bit about it, and then they usually do some fun crazy activity to just kind of help highlight what we learned in our lesson. And the videos are about 6 to 10 minutes long. There's songs that are incorporated sometimes before and after for kids to engage in song as well. So that's the video piece. Now let me take you there's also each week there is a coloring page that goes with the lesson. This is the one we did from this past week about Jesus calming the waters and the winds, and how you can pray to God when you have fears, and he can help calm the storms of your life. And so this was the coloring page, and scroll down because it has the verse that we did this week, which was, "You came near when I called out to you, and you said, do not be afraid." The kids worked on that verse this week in Sundays and in person. And then I'm going to go back to the main page there. There's also a Go Home Guide. So this is, you can print this out at home, or when kids come in person, they receive this as they go home for the week. And it's kind of an extension of what we did in class for Sunday school. It just goes through the some more activities you can do at home. So we talked about fear and not being afraid and how you can pray to Jesus when you are afraid or you have storms in your life. And so this, like there's a draw, you can draw a picture maybe of something that you have had a storm with or something you've been afraid of. So there's that activity. There's a journaling piece where you can write a little bit letter to Jesus about things that maybe you're struggling with. It also sums up the big idea for the lesson, the Bible verse, the key verses, each that's on that page. And then on the back, there's even more that you can get into, read it, pray it. So it's just an extension for things you can do at home. And then it also gives you a picture of what we're going to be learning next week and the Bible verses and the lesson. So you'll kind of know what we're going to do the following week. And so that's what it looks like when you go online. If you are not able to print things out at home and you need us to print things out and send them to you, we'd be happy to do that as well. And yeah, I think that's it there. So now we'll go back to Jessica.
We've used the Go Plus curriculum because we've just opened Kidsmin for 1 week. So we've used this Go Plus curriculum in our family, and we watch the video together on Sunday morning. We talk about there's an opportunity for you to stop, read the Bible passage. They'll actually ask you to pause the video. So we do that. We watch the lesson. We stop to ask the questions or talk about the questions that they ask during the video. They'll leave an opportunity for you to pause, discuss the questions. And then we watch the rest of the lesson. We do the worship at the end together as a family. And then we actually print out the Go Plus home guide, which is also available on our website. So we print that out and then we revisit it later in the week. So we'll come back like on Tuesday or Wednesday, or my kids will work on it, throughout the week. And then we come back together later in the week and work on it. And then there's also a coloring page that you can print out. And you can print out a sheet that has the memory verse that you can work on. You can post that on your refrigerator or put it, on the bathroom mirror or wherever feels good for your family that you're going to see it frequently.
So Jessica, after the kids come and do the video piece and we go through the Bible verses and just they break into their small groups where they have some time to do prayer requests and get to know each other better and the teacher better. Then as they leave for the day, what can they do during the week?
Well, we have the Go Plus home guide that we send home, and that will have some questions that they can think about that relate back to the story. And those are kind of life application questions that relate to the Bible passage that we've read that week. And then there's also a coloring page that we send home. And those are available online. If you haven't visited with us live in person on Sunday morning. So don't think if you're not able to come, you can also access those and print them out at home.
Thank you, Jessica. I think that gave us kind of a good synopsis of what our in-person and online Go Curriculum Sunday School is looking like these days. Great. And also, we are also going to show just a brief video from David Roush. He is the creator of the Go curriculum, and he has put out a little information about why he started Go, the reasoning for what made him want to seek something different, just because he wasn't able to find something that really fit the needs of being God-centered but fun, and that's what led him to make this curriculum. So we're going to show just a little video of David's heart on that.
A number of years ago, I was in a ministry position and I was just starting to feel like I was stuck. In the past, I'd used a lot of different curriculum, and some of those were biblically rich and some of those were wildly fun, but I couldn't find one that really did both of those things well. So when I started to develop Go, I knew that I wanted it to do both of those things. More than that, I wanted it to be God-centered, Bible-driven, easy to use, fun, and family-focused. But the real signature of Go is in its tagline. The tagline is "Join the Story." And we mean that in a couple of different ways. First of all, we want for kids to actually join in on the storytelling. Every 4 to 5 weeks, we use a very interactive, very creative storytelling method that puts kids right in the middle of the chronological story. Secondly, though, we want for kids to actually join in on God's story of love and redemption for humanity. We want for them to take that step of faith and become followers of Jesus. God's Word, the Bible, was finished almost 2,000 years ago, but the story isn't over. The story is still being written in the hearts and the minds of those people who follow Jesus.
Well, I'm really excited about Go. I'm excited about being able to be back together live with your kids. And so I'm really looking forward to what God's going to be doing in our church through our children and family ministries. And I'm excited to be a part of that. So thanks for taking the time to be with me this morning and
Thank you for sharing with us, Jessica. We really appreciate your time and all that you spend with our children in Sunday school.
It's my pleasure. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer and Jessica. Thanks for joining us on this week's Deep Dive.